hello everyone. This is Pranali. Today I'm going to answer some questions. So basically, I started taking yoga classes recently, and people come to me and they ask this similar questions, and finally I decided to make a video for all the answers because. I observed that many people have the same type of questions and so many false conceptions about and faulty perception about yoga. So first of all, the very common question people ask me, like today only I received a call from a lady, and she was like 45 years old, and she asked me, I'm 45, okay, and I have never done exercise like yoga, so I'm not flexible enough, so can I start doing yoga right now? Can I join your class? So I was like, so flexibility basically it comes with the practice, like daily practice. When you do the daily practice for days, for months, for years, then the flexibility is going to come. So flexibility is never an issue. The second thing is age. So people come to me and they say, like, I'm 20 years old, I'm 30 years old, I'm 40 years old, can I start doing yoga at this age? So basically yoga is for everyone, and when I say for everyone, it means for everyone. So there are no limits, like age limit, size doesn't matter, your age doesn't matter. The flexibility is never an issue, as I said before. So you can start doing yoga whenever you want. So this is the first question, and the second one is, when I say we are going to do the Ashtanga Yoga, so people don't get the meaning of it. The term Ashtanga Yoga, it has 8 limbs. So yoga has 8 limbs, or we can say steps. But most of the time people think Ashtanga means it must be about the different body parts, like 8 body parts or something like that. But it's not like that. Ashtanga Yoga means the pioneer of Yoga Shastra, Patanjali Muni, he has given us the 8 steps in yoga. Okay, so yoga is one of the sciences, or I will say the only science which talks about all aspects of human life. So those 8 steps, if I explain you in brief, then the first is Yam. In Yam, it provides you certain rules and guidelines about how you should live in a society. Then you have Niyam. Niyam talks about certain guidelines which you should follow in your personal life. Then comes asana practice. Then comes pranayama practice. Pranayama practice is to give the give your mind the stability. Then the fifth one is pratyahar. Now pratyahar means disconnection of your mind from the sense organs. When this step is achieved, you becomes ineffective to the outer temptations and attractions. Then the last 3 steps are dhyan, dharana, and samadhi. So these are the higher last steps. If in during these last 3 steps, there is dormant energy in every human being. You must be know this energy as Kundalini Shakti. So when you attain this level of when you go through all the 8 steps, you get that energy and you get many more powers. However, you should know, like, yoga is not meant to attain these powers. It's just the end result that you get. It is more about to merge your Atma Shakti with Paramatma Shakti, means to merge yourself with your higher self. So basically it is a journey of self realization, like to know yourself, to go inside, and it is a journey for the life. So there are many rules and guidelines you should follow, and asana and pranayama are part of the total yoga science. So this is the second question. And to be honest, as a common human being like us, we the aim, we don't want to attain the that state of samadhi, right? We just want to live a healthy, good, happy life where we have balance between, you know, work life, personal life, where our mental health is good. So I guess if you include certain parts of yoga in your daily routine, it will definitely benefits you, like definitely. And within few days or week you will understand like how your body is reacting to it, how you start feeling more calm. So before you know having those faulty perceptions, one should study yoga, one should know how it works, what are the, you know, aspects of yoga before having certain misconceptions about it, I would say. One more question I get is like they think like yoga is not meant for them, because whenever we think of yoga, people end up thinking like, you know, someone sitting and doing meditation or slow movement, so they think maybe this is not for me. But trust me, yoga is not only about it. It has like amazing asanas and exercises where every part of the body is activated, and these asanas are made to, you know, keep your body disease free. So yoga is not meant to cure certain diseases. If we go to the very basics, yoga is developed to keep your mind as well as your body disease free, to keep your body in a natural, you know, healthy state. But with experiences and experiments, it has proven that if you do yoga at a considerable level, at a considerate level, then it has helped to cure certain diseases as well. But the aim is not to cure diseases, the aim is to keep yourself fit. So it is kind of a preventive, you know, measure, and that's why we should do yoga. And uh, it has observed that one who practices yoga, they are like healthy and happy. And somewhere you know, we generally associate our happiness and joy to material thing, and we think like if we have these things, then our life is like good, going good, everything is going good. So in yoga, the main thing they teach you is like you should keep doing your duties, like you should keep practicing your yoga without like having that expectation of something. So the focus should be on doing things rather than the end result. So whenever you start doing yoga, do it for yourself for the day. Like decide like I'm going to do it without keeping huge goals. Like we saw so many videos and pictures on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, people doing difficult asanas. So don't get that impression like this is yoga. Of course that is a part of yoga, but not necessarily you have to do all those things. There are many simple asanas which look simple, but it has great benefits. So unless and otherwise you know, like you study yoga or you practice yoga, don't have this like misconception. It is an amazing science, and it is Indian science, but unfortunately many people doesn't know about it like much. In like in a way they are supposed to know, people don't know much about it. Western countries and Western people are like getting more into it. If you must be seeing many foreigners doing yoga, unfortunately Indians are still not that into it. But time has changed. There are certain organizations which are doing great job, and I myself have observed many good benefits, mental as well as physical. So yeah, you can do yoga at any time. If you don't want to do it like daily, at least add like few sessions, like 1 or 2 sessions in the morning in a week. So you can slowly add it in your daily routine. try to do pranayama practice as well, because it has amazing benefits. One more advice is learn it from someone who can teach you well, because if you do it wrong, then it affects you in a bad way also. So if you decide to do it, then learn it properly. Yeah, and that's it.